Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple Spoken English. Today's lesson is extremely important because we're talking about something that almost every English learner struggles with: fear and shyness. You may know English, you may understand English, you may even think in English. But when the moment comes to speak, something stops you. Your heart starts beating faster. Your mind goes blank. Your tongue becomes stiff. You start worrying about mistakes, about grammar, about people judging you, and suddenly even simple sentences feel difficult. If this has happened to you, you are not alone. Millions of learners around the world feel the same way. The good news is that fear is not permanent. Shyness is not permanent. Confidence is not something you are born with. Confidence is something you build. Today, you are going to learn exactly how to break that fear and speak English with ease, comfort, and confidence. Let's begin by understanding why fear happens. Fear comes from overthinking. You start imagining negative situations. What if I say something wrong? What if people laugh at me? What if they don't understand me? What if I freeze in the middle of speaking? These thoughts create pressure. Pressure creates fear. Fear blocks your mouth. The strange thing is that nobody else even notices your mistakes as much as you think. Native speakers make mistakes all the time and don't feel bad about it. People from every country who speak English as a second language make mistakes every day. And yet, they continue speaking confidently because they do not judge themselves as harshly as you do. The real problem is not your English level. The real problem is the fear inside your mind. The first step to removing fear is to change the way you think about mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again, but never thinks, "Oh no, I fell. I should stop walking." The child gets up and tries again, and eventually walking becomes natural. Speaking English works the same way. You practice, you fall, you rise. You speak again, and slowly the fear disappears. When you change your relationship with mistakes, you change your confidence completely. Another reason learners feel shy is because they compare themselves with others. They hear someone speak fluently and think, "I can never speak like that." But you don't know how long that person has practiced, how many mistakes they have made, or how many hours they spent listening, reading, and speaking. You are only seeing the final result, not the journey. Your journey will be different, and that is completely okay. You don't need to speak like someone else. You need to speak like yourself, but with confidence. Your voice, your accent, your style, that is your identity. Don't try to hide it. Embrace it. Now that you understand the root of fear, let's begin the transformation. The first technique is exposure. You must expose yourself to English in small, safe, comfortable steps. Start speaking to yourself alone. Talk about your day, your plans, your thoughts. Right now, you feel pressure when speaking in front of others because you haven't practiced speaking in front of yourself. If you can't speak confidently in an empty room, it will be difficult to speak in public. So begin with private practice and slowly expand. Welcome to part 2. Now that we've understood the psychology of fear, it's time to build confidence step by step. The next technique is called emotional conditioning. This means connecting English with positive feelings instead of fear. Most learners feel pressure when speaking because English has been connected to school, exams, judgment, and correction. But your brain learns best when it feels relaxed and safe. So we must create a new emotional environment. Start by speaking English in moments when you feel calm. Speak while taking a walk. Speak while sitting comfortably on your bed. Speak while looking in the mirror and smiling. When your body is relaxed, your brain opens up and fear goes down. Over time, your brain will learn speaking English feels good. It feels safe. It feels normal. The next technique is slow practice. Many learners try to speak too fast, and this creates pressure. Speed will come later. For now, speak slowly, clearly, and gently. Slow speaking gives your brain time to process your thoughts, find the right words, and express them without panic. When you speak slowly, you sound more confident, even if you are unsure. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is flow, and flow begins with calm, slow speech. Another powerful way to remove fear is to practice speaking without judging yourself. Many learners speak a sentence and immediately think, "That was wrong." This negative self-talk creates shyness. Instead, practice neutral self-talk. If a sentence is not perfect, simply think, "Okay, next one will be better." This mindset removes pressure and allows improvement. Confidence is a mental habit. The more gently you speak to yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. Now let's talk about real-life situations. Imagine you are in a shop, a restaurant, or a workplace. Fear usually appears before you speak, not after. Your heart beats fast, your mind prepares excuses to avoid speaking, and you hope someone else will talk for you. But here's the truth. The first line is always the hardest. After the first line, everything becomes easier. So practice starting conversations with simple, universal sentences. For example, "Excuse me," or "Can I ask something?" or "I need some help." These short opening lines break the barrier of silence and make the situation comfortable. Once you begin talking, the fear automatically reduces because the brain shifts from panic mode to communication mode. Another powerful technique is visualization. Before entering a situation where you need to speak English, close your eyes and imagine yourself speaking confidently. Imagine your voice is steady, your mind is calm, and the other person is listening carefully. Visualization prepares your brain and reduces fear before the real moment happens. Athletes, public speakers, and performers use this method to build confidence, and it works beautifully for English learners too. This completes part 2. Now let's move to the final part where we combine all techniques and create real confidence. Welcome to part 3, the final section of your confidence transformation. Now we bring everything together. Mindset, practice, environment, and real communication. One of the strongest ways to remove fear permanently is to simulate conversations before they happen. This means practicing both sides of a dialogue in your mind. For example, imagine meeting a new person. You say, "Hi, nice to meet you," and imagine them replying, "Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?" You answer confidently, "I'm from." By simulating these moments, your brain becomes familiar with them. The next time you face a real conversation, your brain will say, "I've been here before, I know what to do," and fear will stay low. Real confidence also grows when you understand one truth. People are not judging your English as much as you believe. Most people are focused on their own lives, their own thoughts, and their own worries. They are not analyzing your grammar or your accent. They simply want communication. When you speak, they will appreciate your effort, not your perfection. And if someone laughs or criticizes, which is very rare, it says more about their character than your skill. Confident people are not afraid of unkind opinions because they know their value. Another important point is consistency. Confidence grows only with repetition. If you speak English once a week, you will not feel comfortable. But if you speak a little every day, just 5 or 10 minutes, your confidence will grow naturally. The fear will get smaller, your voice will get stronger, and your comfort will get deeper. Fear cannot survive daily practice. It disappears slowly, quietly, and permanently. Now imagine yourself 30 days from today. You walk into a situation where you must speak English. Your heart is calm. Your mind is steady. Your voice is clear. You speak slowly, confidently, without panic. You are not afraid of mistakes. You are not worrying about judgment. You are simply communicating, and it feels good. That version of you is real. That version of you is possible. And that version of you begins today. If you are ready to continue your confidence journey, like this video, subscribe to Simple Spoken English and comment, "Today's practice done," to let me know you're moving forward. Your progress inspires me to create more lessons for you. I'll see you in the next class.